3 testify divine. 1 John chapter 5 verse 7, no lie. Can you see the GodHead's design? Revelation 21 verse 7, divine sign. Jesus, God in heaven reigning supreme. No weapon from condemn the blessed dream. God's alive, reverence, face, no tokens. Perfect love, holy one, never broken. 3 in 1, GodHead's group begun. GodHead, the victory is won. Let him know, brother. Let him know. Yeah. Come on. Let him know, brother. Let him know.
Where's Evan?
Okay, brother. What's your name?
Because it's not saying it's only one.
Netan. Okay, my name's GodHead. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Oh, I'm trying to find
So,
out. I'm trying to find out.
We're both.
Okay.
I guess we're both
Who's the
looking.
perfect man? All right.
We're both looking at on the way to Jesus being crucified. Very important day today, because today is Resurrection Sunday. Good Friday was on Friday, and that's when we believers that Jesus Christ died on the cross. So we were just talking off camera about the stages before Jesus was crucified. And what I want to do is highlight some of the biggest issues with the Islamic perspective on or about the crucifixion. Yeah. So I'll just go through it again. It's new for you.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, it's all right. That's all right. I'll put a mic on you as well. Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay. So now prove to me God, Jesus is God.
Okay, no problem. Are you willing to accept it?
Yeah, you don't mind. Oh, look at that shirt, guys. Look at the shirt. Show the people. That's beautiful. He fell in love with Jesus, man. He's basically he's a new believer. His name's Nathan. Oh, but you saying you're growing, or?
Yeah, like born Christian.
Okay, you're born in a Christian family. Okay, that's good. You're not like you're saying you just want to learn. Is that what you're on a journey to learn more?
Yeah, I'm here to that.
Amen, man. We've got to be, if we've got more people, coming up as believers and they're happy to learn and grow, I think that's beautiful. Man. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so there are a number of issues with what we describe as the passion. So if we start at the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus was praying, and some of his disciples were struggling to sleep. They were a bit tired. And Jesus said something really powerful. He said, "Can you not be awake for at least 1 hour?" And what Jesus effectively was trying to say was that from the midnight hour, if you're able to pray for 1 hour, that is a standard. And being able to pray even when you're tired and weak, it has a much spiritual benefit. Yeah. But anyway, in the Garden of Gethsemane, Judas, one of the 12 disciples, identifies Jesus because Jesus didn't look like a beautiful man. Do you know what I'm saying? So he just looked like one of the disciples, right? And so Judas went up to Jesus and kissed him on the cheek. And so that identified Jesus, and he was arrested. But, do you remember what Jesus was betrayed? He was betrayed. Do you remember he was betrayed by Judas? Yeah, for silver coins.
Oh yeah. 20 dinars, like that.
Huh?
20 dinars, yeah.
Yeah. I believe it's yes.
Yeah.
It's basically the price of a slave, basically. So I think that's 30 pieces of silver, from my understanding.
God doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And yet,
So he was. So Jesus was betrayed for basically the price of a slave, basically, which is kind of a bit of a slap in the face, but for all the things that he did for the people. But anyway, he got arrested, and then the next phase. So we've got the Garden of Gethsemane, and now we're heading towards the public trial. So after he's arrested, he's taken to the Sanhedrin,
and yet you're saying Allah is wrong.
and
So Allah comes
basically there's false witnesses that stand up against him, and they just basically start lying. They accuse him of false things that weren't true.
God, Allah, Lord.
So I'm just giving you like a really high level summary.
All right. And we have to.
Yeah, and ultimately you've got these false witnesses. They all say their piece, and then Jesus is asked, okay, do you claim to be the Son of God? And Jesus says he is the Son of God, and basically that makes him equal with God. And then the high priest, he
So now
tears his garment and he says, enough, we don't need no more witnesses, because what he believes what Jesus said was blasphemy. Yeah. So Jesus is condemned for blasphemy.
that's not filtering.
So this is another issue with which I'll point out. So this is another problem for Muslims, and I'll tell you why. Exactly. Now, Pontius Pilate trial it was not a private event, it was public.
Yeah.
Now, Muslims say that Jesus did not die on the cross. Okay, this is going to be another problem for the Muslim argument. It's going to be another problem.
Okay.
So, we're now on the Pontius Pilate trial. Now, in front of the Jewish people and the citizens, you have Pontius Pilate. There's fighting in the crowd, or should you say there's a lot of riots, almost pre-riots. Pontius Pilate says who should be set free. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Jesus or Barabbas, yeah. And so they set Barabbas free. Okay. Now, Pontius Pilate, to please the crowds, he scourges Jesus so that he doesn't have to crucify him. So he scourges him. So this is another problem for the Muslims to explain. This is a big problem. I'll tell you why. So we have 3 problems already. Then he gets mocked. So Jesus is whipped, beaten. After that, they put a crown of thorns on his head. You know the crown of thorns, which is really sharp. I think apparently there was like 20 puncture marks on his head, like holes in his head. Maybe up to 30 actually, 30. Because of the crown of thorns, yeah. They're really sharp. Now, Pontius Pilate presents Jesus scourged. But the people are not satisfied.
So what you're saying is,
they say,
some of the
crucify him, crucify him. And they keep saying it and saying it and saying it. And so ultimately,
is that in the Torah? Yes. So then Moses.
Pontius Pilate, he doesn't want a problem, he doesn't want rioting.
Yeah.
So he says,
Yeah.
okay. He washes his hands of him, of this innocent man.
It's not on me.
Yeah. So now, Jesus is on his way to be crucified. On his way, Jesus, because of all of the events that have happened to him, the beating, the abuse, he falls on his knee. Right? And then one of the Roman soldiers grabs Simon and says to him, forces him to carry the cross. This is another problem for Islam.
Okay.
Big problem for Islam.
What happened with them?
Which one?
What happened with them on that point? Like,
Oh yeah.
what's the issue with them?
So the issue with Simon is he's helping him. So there's two parts to the cross. Jesus was carrying all the cross himself.
Yeah.
But now they got Simon to help him
Yeah.
to the point and to the place of crucifixion. They got Simon to help him. So he's helping Jesus on the way to the crucifixion. Okay. And then at the crucifixion, okay, you're right, man. How you doing? He's then crucified.
Yeah.
So that's kind of from Garden of Gethsemane to Jesus Christ crucified. So how you doing, man? Great. So
You
yeah,
wanna continue with
yeah, we can. Hopefully that makes some sense.
Yeah.
And we'll now talk with our Muslim friend here.
Heaven's glory, free, testify divine. 1 John chapter 5 verse 7, no lie. Can you see the Godhead's design? Revelation 21 verse 7, divine sign. Jesus, God in heaven, reigning supreme. No weapon from condemned the blessed dream. God's alive, reverence, face, no tokens. Perfect love, holy one, never broken. 3 in 1, Godhead's group begun. Godhead, the victory is won. Let him know, brother. Let him know. Yeah. Come on. Let him know, brother.